YouTube.
What's up, y'all? We are back again for a little update.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one because we done talked about it and it kind of ruffled, some feathers, especially with the witnesses that watch these videos.
Yeah, of course. But we are back to talk about Norway again. So the organization decided to update the witnesses
after the fact.
Yeah, of course. Let's get into it.
All right.
Okay, so you guys can find this on jw.org. It's under news by region, and then you just type in Norway. And it is Jehovah's Witnesses to appeal unconstitutional ruling in Norway. This was an update that was posted March 28th of 2024. So it was pretty recent, and it's just kind of going through everything that happened with Norway. So we're just going to take it paragraph by paragraph. It first says, on March 4th, 2024, the Oslo District Court upheld the Norwegian government's decision to revoke the legal registration of Jehovah's Witnesses in Norway. Jehovah's Witnesses in Norway will appeal the decision. Oh my goodness. This is going to be the second appeal.
Yeah, so once again, and you already can see once we go throughout this how they leave the main information out because this is for Jehovah's Witnesses to read.
Yes, you guys need to see how short this they don't tell you like exactly all the reasons why, and they literally kind of hid it on jw.org. You can't, it doesn't pop up on like the front, the front page of like new news, but if it was anything positive, it would be front page, front and center,
If Norway was praising the Jehovah's Witness, they'd be pushing that out there.
It would be front and center on the very top, like Norway.
Every time.
Yes. But go ahead, baby, you could read the second paragraph.
Moving on to the second paragraph on jw.org. This is not apostate literature, jw.org.
Okay.
It reads here. The county governor of Oslo and Viking revoked our registration at the end of 2022. The Oslo District Court temporarily suspended this action on December 30th, 2022, pending further investigation. The position of the state now remains that it will continue to deny legal recognition to Jehovah's Witnesses in the country of Norway unless we change our practices regarding the removal of unrepentant wrongdoers from the congregation. You see how slick they tried to do that? Unless we change our practices regarding the removal of unrepentant wrongdoers. As if like the way that we are handling the bad people,
right? These
people cause this on themselves to be mistreated.
That's their whole idea, is that the individuals bring it upon themselves constantly. That's what they always say, is that, well, they chose to do this and they chose to do that, whatever the case may be.
Right.
So they literally basically hid this and are saying that, okay, we're appealing it again, but it's going to be like, changed to this is an attack on our religion kind of thing. Like, that's how they're going to paint the picture. Like, Satan is attacking us. Like, this is, the last days of these system of things. So our religion is under attack. Like, that's how they're going to paint it, because that's how they are. That's what happened whenever the brothers were sent to prison. Remember when we were writing letters to, was it Germany?
No, it was
Lord, I can't remember.
I can't remember either. Russia. I want to say Russia.
It was one of those, but I remember writing letters, okay?
Yep, and they want to play the victim. This is to keep the organization looking clean because they know this information is out there to the point where it's hard to hide. So they're trying to cover their tracks with any Jehovah's Witnesses who may not already know about the Norway case,
right?
And they may hear something about it. Well, jw.org said this about it, so that's the only information that they'll be able to have. This small page right here,
tiny little article about it. That's it. And notice too how they posted this on March 28th. This is post updates. And all the updates that they changed, like with the children and with their dress and grooming, and now being able to say hello to disfellowshipped ones and greet them.
Right.
This case had already happened.
It's been going on.
Yes, because we covered it at the beginning of March. So this has happened on March 4th of 2024 is whenever they decided to uphold the decision. Okay, so why didn't they post an update that week? They waited all the way until the end of the month, post all of their updates that they made within their religion. Isn't that kind of ironic?
Oh, exactly. They know exactly what they're doing. They had to wait until the coast kind of cleared to say, hey, this is what's going on. Because we hate for us to make these announcements and then make changes right after.
Because then that would look suspicious, right?
Exactly. They know what they're doing.
They know exactly what they're doing. I just find it so funny that they made, it's just such a tiny article. Like, I want you guys to go and look at it. It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4 paragraphs. That's it.
Yep.
And we could get into reading the third one. I'll read that.
All right.
Okay, so third paragraph says, the decision to deregister Jehovah's Witnesses denies us the financial aid and other benefits that the government provides to over 700 registered religious communities in the country. Additional consequences include losing the right to appoint and authorize ministers of Jehovah's Witnesses as officiants for weddings.
For somebody who wants to be no part of the world and how, the evil things that come with money, being the love of money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
Why should they care? And I like how they tried to seclude themselves. They allowed these 700 other registered ones, but not us. Poor Jehovah's Witnesses. We're being attacked for being the true religion.
No, it's not poor Jehovah's Witnesses. Link the other article and show what else they're talking about. Like, one of Norway's huge problems that they had was like the brainwashing and control that they have over minors, okay?
Yep.
And the fact that they're able to shun minors. That was a huge issue that they had.
It is.
And they mentioned nothing about that in this.
You see what they did mention? Unrepentant wrongdoers.
It doesn't say nothing about age, nothing.
No, so the real problem, we'll show it on the screen from the previous one, is them mishandling things with children. As well, disciplining children.
Yeah.
This is what was the last straw that got them smacked where it comes to the money, to where it's slowing up on these things. But they, instead of addressing that on the website, it's unrepentant wrongdoers. That puts you in the mind of, a married elder, cheating on his wife or something like that, or a rebellious teenager that's 18, 19. They don't make it as, a 12-year-old child that joined this cult at 9 years old getting baptized because they don't know left from right.
Yeah, and that's another reason why we think that they made these updates, so that they can try to show Norway that they've made changes to their policy without truly making changes.
Right.
Is the point. Because their whole change that they decided to make was, okay, instead of having a judicial committee for a kid who does, like a minor who does something wrong, instead now we're gonna have a meeting with the minor's parents, basically like a shepherding call with the minor's parents, and see what kind of things they have already implemented. They're just beating around the bush.
Right. How about not forcing kids to get baptized and locked into this lifelong contract? You're not even old enough to drive a car yet.
No.
You're not old enough to, half of these kids are not old enough to stay at home by themselves.
Your frontal lobe hasn't even developed yet. They say it doesn't develop until like the age of 25 or something like that. And they literally will talk about that when deciding who your partner is going to be, like whenever you're getting married. Jehovah's Witnesses always say that. Your frontal lobe hasn't even developed and blah, blah, blah. You should wait until after the bloom of youth and blah, blah. But they don't tell you any of that when you're about to get baptized.
Exactly, and think of that. There is sometimes loopholes and escape routes in marriages that you're not even allowed to pick until you're older. You can't get married at 9 years old, but you can sign off into this organization that has no way out.
Yeah.
As a child.
Yeah.
That's hypocrisy right there.
It is absolutely hypocrisy. Remember, there was the Caleb and Sophia video where I think it was Sophia like wanting to get baptized, and Sophia was young in this video to begin with, but she was looking at pictures of her mom who had gotten baptized, and her mom had gotten baptized real young. So this is a cartoon that the organization is producing and saying is okay, and feeding to children that it's okay for you to get baptized. Just do a little more research. Young kids get baptized all the time. Like, that's the message it's implying. Especially, all the kids look at the Caleb and Sophia videos as like up here. Like, that is something to emulate. That's something to imitate, because it's coming straight from the governing body.
It is, and they can try to paint it, it's not in writing, but it's the culture.
Yeah.
Think of, two people of the opposite sex meeting, and one saying, we need to get married.
Yeah.
But only get to know me. Don't listen to what my family got to say. You don't need to meet my mom. We just need to become one. That sounds crazy, but in this organization, study, get to learn Jehovah's Witnesses, but study what we provide you to know.
Yeah.
Talk to people that's within. Don't talk to people that know Jehovah's, or have left, that don't want to be a part of this. If anything, these are the most important people to talk to. But so the main thing, getting to know this person, and they like, you don't need to know the people that raised me, or the siblings that I lived in the house with, or the friends around me, or even people that used to be my friend that aren't around. Don't talk to none of them. Just go off of what I'm telling you. See? That sounds crazy.
Yeah, and this is exactly why it's like being in an abusive relationship when you're a part of this organization. Like,
it is.
Because they gaslight you in that way, and they make you be biased. Like, only listen to what we have to say, kind of thing.
And then convince you it's not biased.
Yeah. So I think the third paragraph is another great point to show, like, if Norway has given these benefits to 700 other religions,
what's wrong with y'all?
What is the problem? It is not because you are under attack. Okay?
It's far
because you
from
have
it.
Issues.
Even look at the end, how they tried to tie this in right here. All right, so here in the fourth paragraph it reads, while we await the outcome of the appeal, we will continue to pray concerning kings and all those who are in high positions. Matter of fact, we'll go to 1 Timothy chapter 2, 1 and 2, and let's look at how they try to tie in this whole scripture, okay? Notice they only put in 2 scriptures out of the whole book, so it's going to be way out of context. But look at it here. 1 Timothy 2, 1 and 2. First of all, then I urge that supplications, prayer, intercessions, and thanksgiving be made concerning all sorts of men, concerning kings and all those who are in high positions, so that we may go on leading a calm and quiet life with complete godly devotion and seriousness. The fact that a Jehovah's Witness, you got to look at it from both sides. A Jehovah's Witness looking at this article and say, oh, we're in the last days. And then if you go and look at the actual articles, you can Google Jehovah's Witnesses Norway and look at all the articles. They give you the real scoop.
Yeah, and tell you exactly what's going on. It's just so funny. They're asking for prayers now.
Prayers for what? Y'all need to do right. You can't be doing wrong and saying, I need y'all to pray, for me doing the right thing. You're not doing the right thing, and you're not even talking about the wrong stuff you're doing. So what are we praying for? And
this has been a pattern. It's been a pattern of them in court cases with this whole disfellowshipping doctrine and the shunning doctrine, okay? It's been a pattern. They've talked about it in basically every court case. And they are upset that I think that it's starting to actually have an impact on them, because never has their religious, position been taken away by a government.
Just hitting them in the pockets now.
Yeah. Actually hitting them in their pockets. And that's where it actually hurts, okay?
Yep. That's the issue with apostates. They always will say, if you keep hearing things from the platform, it's because it's been an issue. Well, apostasy is brought up nonstop over and over because it's becoming an issue for them.
It is. And I think that they're afraid that this might start happening to them in other governments. Right now, they're still going through court cases in Pennsylvania. I think one of them might have just ended. They arrested a couple of elders or whatever. But anyway, what happened there? Just imagine if it happens in these other states, and other countries might start to catch on and also revoke them of their religious position. Can you imagine?
That's a lot, because it's a business at the end of the day. It's all about making money.
Yeah.
And Norway got them. They having problems in Australia, a couple places here and there. But once it hits the headquarters here in the United States,
that'd be an issue.
Yeah, that's the foundation right there.
Yeah, because now, with losing that, they probably lose their tax exempt status, because you can only remain tax exempt if you are under this religious position, and you have that kind of financial aid and title. So they're probably losing a lot of their benefits. And it's funny how they brought up this small thing about another consequence includes losing the right to appoint and authorize ministers of Jehovah's Witnesses as officiants for weddings. I wonder if that's even true.
Right.
Because I know here in the United States, you can be like anybody and be an officiant of the wedding.
Right.
But yeah, we just had to update you guys on what the organization had to say about these court cases. places.
Yeah, and if y'all didn't see the part 1 to this, it'll be in the description when we covered the original article on what's going on in Norway.
Yeah, definitely. And that's about it. That wraps up the video.
Yep. On that note, remember, in the description is the link to our journals. You got the healing journal, the Pimo version, where all it says is just healing on there.
Yep.
Then you have this one, Rebuilding After a Cult. It's the exact same book, just if you gotta hide it and not, have whoever it is around you know what you're reading, this version or that one. But they are both in the description below.
Yeah.
And what else they gotta do?
Well, follow us on our Awaken Truths IG at Awaken Truths IG, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I also want to say thank you so much to everybody who has already purchased a journal. You guys are dope.
Thank y'all.
And I can't wait to hear your guys' reviews on it.
Yep. So please let us know what y'all think. On that note, we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love.